First at 5, breaking news. A large law enforcement response is underway tonight in Rockingham County.
Officials now confirming several people are dead after a crash involving a City of Eden vehicle. We've got team coverage for you at the scene.
We'll get to our Kenny back in just a moment, but first let's begin with our Joshua Davis, who has the latest tonight from investigators. Joshua.
Devontae, it is still a heart-wrenching scene out here right now. I'll step to the side so you can see it. People are hugging, people are crying and comforting one another. Now, we do know from Eden Police that they've confirmed multiple fatalities stemming from an accident involving a City of Eden motor vehicle. But we don't have an exact number as to how many people have been impacted. Now, police say this accident happened around 1:30 p.m. at the intersection of Church Street, Carroll Street, and Park Road, where you see that congregation of vehicles down there, and we do know the Duke Energy contractors were involved. At this time, Highway Patrol is leading this investigation with Eden Police supporting. We are waiting for any more details from those investigating agencies, and we'll bring you those updates as soon as we get them. But for now, let's toss things over to Kenny Beck, who's been speaking with bystanders. And Kenny, what have they been telling you?
Joshua, good evening. I spoke off camera with a man just a few minutes ago who told me that he is a family member of one of those deceased victims. He did not give me that man's name out of respect for the family and everything that's occurred here. He did tell me that the one man that he's related to is a local man, born and raised in Eden, very much from this town. He said he believes at this point that the other victims in this, those that have died and those that are hospitalized, are likely out-of-town contractors. He said, right now, I have only seen one family, mine, here grieving the loss of their loved one. Now, the narrative that he gives me, and before I go into that, I want to preface this by saying this is his account. This is what he has understood at this point to have occurred. This is not official from the Eden Police Department. This is not official from State Highway Patrol. Nevertheless, what he tells me is as follows. We are at the corner of Morgan Road and Church Street in Eden. If you go down Church, that's where you see all of the police tape, all of the activity, the various men and women in those brightly colored vests, and you see multiple power company vehicles. They still have their hydraulic arms up in the air. Now, if you continue down that road a few hundred feet, there is a road that crosses over Church. It's Carroll on the left and it's Park on the right. What this man told me is as follows. He says a city trash truck driver came down that road, Carroll, crossed over Church, split in between those two power truck vehicles and hit multiple workers who were on the ground standing in between the two of them, and then continued across Church over to Park. He told me again that one of the victims in this case is a member of his family. That person has died. He also told me that as far as he has been told at this point, he has been led to believe that there are at least 4 victims who have died in this case. Again, that is not confirmed by Eden PD. That is not confirmed by North Carolina Highway Patrol, which is currently handling this investigation. As for when we may get official emergency responder details on all of this, I am told by a spokesperson for the county government that the Eden Police Department will not be saying much at all about this the rest of the evening, because this is now a State Highway Patrol case. Whether we will get any further information or any official on camera from Highway Patrol at any time, whether that's in a press conference or to read a statement, that is not immediately clear at this point. We may not get much of anything from them. That is certainly a possibility at this point. So again, what we know, to recap what Joshua said, multiple fatalities, people in the hospital involving a City of Eden trash truck and several power trucks as well. That's what's happening at this point. Devontae, Christine will send things back to you in the newsroom.
Still very much a developing story. Kenny, Joshua, thank you both. And Duke Energy has confirmed that contractors working for their company were involved in that incident.
It provided a statement that reads, quote, "We are saddened about the tragic event that happened today, and our hearts go out to the families and teammates of those involved." The safety of our employees, contractors, and customers is the highest priority at Duke Energy. We're working closely with law enforcement officials.
Our crews will stay at that scene and gather more details. As soon as they have something new to share, we'll check back in with them. We'll also put any of those updates on the free WXII 12 News mobile app.